that people are struggling, and then people are actually need to survive, survival. So if that's what they need, so they need solution here, solution, and they need to achieve, and they actually need to solve, and they need to meet. Okay, so we have a lot to learn today, and this is how we convert our pains into money. Because if you don't know how to convert that, it keeps you poor. You know how to convert that, you make money. Okay, so I would like us to start taking our note, but we'll give you some few seconds to download this thing on your notes, because the weakest ink is the strongest. The weakest ink is stronger than the strongest memory. And if you're not part of the transformational process, you can never be transformed. You'll be reformed. So what happens is that a lot of people are not transformed. So there are 50 years, there are 100 years, there are 20 years, there are 30 years, there are 40 years, there are 50, there are 60, there are 70, but no sustainable transformation has taken place in their life. So if you want to be transformed, definitely you need a new set of information, new set of knowledge. The Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So for a man to be transformed, his mind needs to be renewed. And for the mind of a man to be renewed, the mind needs a new set of information that is arranged in a sequential order of events to get a desired outcome. So if not, if something that is problem is that is not getting the result he wants to get, because the village went after him, that things are not working because of the economy, you blame every third party, every circumstances, everybody that's around him as a reason for why he's not achieving his result or his heart desire. Not knowing fully that the real resources that will actually make him achieve that result is already embedded in him. So God has given us talents, giftings, ideas, and I will always say, even though you are born naked, you are not born empty. God has deposited something in us, giftings, ideas, talents, creativity. Our job is to actually discover it, develop it, and deploy. So you have written this down on your notes, and you're ready for today's class. Shall I? Okay, let's start with the starting point of the starting at the right level. So before we talk about money, idea, value, we must start at the right level. What is really money? What is value? Let's begin to look at it in another perspective. We have been looking at it from different perspectives, but let's look at it from this other one now. So write on your note, very important. To understand money correctly, we must begin deeper than currency, market and systems, full stop. To understand money correctly, we must begin deeper than currency, market or system. To understand money correctly, we must begin deeper than currency, market or system. So we must go deeper than what we see on the surface. We must go deeper than currency, coin, card, fiat, digit, systems and structures. We must go deeper. To understand money correctly, we must go deeper than currency, market and system. So we cannot talk about this issue called value, and that is causing us, that is solution to pain. You know, when I mean pain, I mean problems, aspiration, issues, and need. So to understand money correctly, we must go deeper than currency, market, and system. So write it on a full stop, write it down. Money cannot be understood at the surface. Money cannot be understood at the surface. We can't. We cannot just understand money. So there's something that controls the physical currency we see. There's something that controls the marketplace. So we cannot just understand it at the surface. Money cannot be understood at the surface. It must be understood at the level of meaning. Underline the word meaning. So I'll give you 3 meanings of money. It must be understood at the level of meaning. I'll give you three of the meaning. So number 1, money is not the substance itself. Money is not the substance itself. Money is not the substance itself. So, full stop. Money is a physical reflection of a spiritual substance. So money is not a substance itself. So that thing you see as currency in the marketplace, in the system, it is not it. Money is not a substance itself. It's a physical reflection of a substance. Money is not the substance itself. Full stop. It is a physical reflection of a substance. That is, money is a physical reflection of a substance. That means there's something that is standing in front of the mirror. So money is something you see in the mirror. I will draw a picture for you shortly. Money is a physical reflection of a spiritual substance. Money is a physical reflection of a physical substance, of a spiritual substance. So I'll come again. Money is a physical reflection of a spiritual substance. So put it this way again so you understand very well. Money is a physical reflection of something invisible. Money is the physical reflection of something invisible. That means it's something that we don't see with our eyes, that actually reflected in what we see with money. That's cash. Money is the physical reflection of something invisible. That's number two. So number two is that money is a reflection of something that we cannot see, invisible, with our eyes, physical eyes. Number three, that invisible substance is value. That invisible substance is value. Bracket open, product or product and services. So I know I'm not going to outline number two. I can't even get this, so I know that one for sure. Because they have a lot to discuss. Even after 2-3 hours, we can't finish the first one, starting the right one. So there's a mirror here. There's a mirror here, mirror. And that mirror is simply money. There's something here in front of mirror. And that thing is the substance itself. And that thing is called value. Either product or services. So that is what is, you put that substance and it's filling the mirror. So if I want to change the mirror there, I don't need to go to there and change the money. I need to change my hairstyle, change my clothes, change my eyeglass. I have to change something that is reflecting in a mirror. So there's something, this is called the spiritual substance. Spiritual substance. Spiritual substance. This is physical reflection. Physical reflection. So the reflection that we see is as a result of what you are putting in front. If I put a mirror there, the mirror will see who I am. So that's what I will see in the mirror. I cannot go and change that thing inside the mirror. I have to change me now. I have to change my hairstyle, shave very well, change my clothes, change anything I don't like in that mirror. I need to change the substance. So this is the major thing that we need to change, not this one here. A lot of people want to go and change that one. I want money. That's why they end up not. They get frustrated, but they don't have something that is reflecting in the mirror. And let's get a little bit deeper. Our core insight, right? That core insight. Like let me look at some core insight. Core insight about this issue called problem, pain. I don't want to clean this pain. This is causing people pain. Is that I have problem? They complain about something. I'll come back to this. That aspiration, they have dreams, goals, values. They want to achieve something, but they cannot. See, they want to achieve it. No, I missed something here. There should be a desire here. This should be desire. Sorry. I missed here. It's supposed to be desire. Mr. George, please come and assist us here. So, aspiration are the things that people desire. There are people desires that they want those desires to be achieved. So, anyway, you see people that desire something, there's a problem that is causing them pain. So, I will give you something to write before we leave class today. So, I'll come here, but let's just solve starting at the right level. So, you just start it right. Okay, so core insight. Are you ready there? Core insight. Number one core insight. Money is a mirror. Number one core insight is that money is a mirror. Write it down. If you've not written anything today, write this particular thing. You will thank me the next 50 years, 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. Money is a mirror. Number one core insight. Number two core insight is that it reflects something immaterial yet real. It reflects something that is immaterial, yet real. It reflects something that is not that looks like immaterial, they cannot touch, but that is real. It reflects something immaterial, yet real. That immaterial something is value. So if the market will reward me according to the value I bring to the marketplace. So without value, no money. More value, more money. Value for more people, more money. Value for few people, small money. Value for just one person, the smaller the money. So the problem people have or the challenge is that it's causing them pain. And that pain is not the problem. The problem is that you are not, this one should focus on, this is called value. You focus on solutions, achieve. So I'll come back to this value. I'll come to this. This is the real, this one now is a challenge that people are facing. But that's what you should focus on. As you see challenges, you should focus, find solutions. I'll come back to that. Over the weekend, I was talking about why people keep telling me I'm looking for money. It's not about looking for money. Look for what is causing people pain. How do you know? They complain. Whatever anybody is complaining about, economy, complain about anything, water, shoe. Once people complaining, find solution. They're not find solution. Whether people have desires, they're not desires. I want to buy a car, I have this, I happen to be a company, enterprise. Desires. Help them achieve their desire. Find solutions to achieve, help them achieve their desire. That's opportunity. Everywhere. People are struggling. Wherever you see people struggling, that is an issue. Issues are where people struggle. They want them to solve. Anytime you pray them, think I can solve their issue. They're giving you money. People need to survive. Basic needs of life. Food, shelter, clothing. That is their need. Meet their need. You make money. So find value. I said core insight. Money is a mirror. Number 2, it reflects something immaterial yet real. Number 3, it follows value. Number 3, it core insight. Money follows value. Bracket open, product and services. Money follows values, comma, as product and services, comma, response to value, and accumulate around value. 3 things it does. It follow value, it responds to value, it accumulates around value. Money follows value, bracket open, product and services, responds to value, and accumulate around value. So the real thing is how many can be valuable in the marketplace. Money follows value, bracket open, product and services, responds to value, and accumulates around value. Money never needs value though. Money is a slave of value. Money is a slave of value. Money, of course, follows value, product and services, bracket closes, responds to value, and accumulate around value. That's the core insight. Let me reframe the questions. Okay, I would like us to even put it like this. Reframing question. I need to even put it right. But I don't want to clean anything on my board. Okay, I can do this one. I can clean here. This has already gotten the outline. So I can clean. Okay? Because I want us to write. So I like to put my trainings reframing questions. 2. Number 1. The real question is not the real question. The real question is not how do I make money? How do I make money? That's not the real question. This is what the carnal mind does. This is what the apathy, the natural mind does. How do I make money? Question here. This is what the carnal mind does. And this is what the unnatural mind. They keep asking, how do I make more money? Now, the real question is not, how do I make money? Okay? Now, how do I make money? Sorry. There should be money here. How do I make money? That is not. This is what the carnal mind does and the natural mind. So, the real question is, Mr. George, I think response to this is far better. It's on WhatsApp. So, tell the person to come to the office. Thank you. So, the real question is, how do I create value? Number 2, the real question is, how do I create value? That is the real question. How do I create? So what you're asking yourself is, how do I create value? Because if this thing called money is reflecting value, then I need to create more value. How do I create value? That is the real question. Just do this thing for this month of February. Never you say, how do I make more money? I create more value throughout this month? Tell your neighbor, how do I create more value? You see that you need to see yourself as a channel of value. You need to see yourself as a channel of where value flows through to solve problems. So the real question is, how do I create more value? It's not how do I make more money. Because you see, money is not face cash, it's not coin, it's not digital, it's not currency, it's not transactional, it's not anything physical, because it have a spiritual root, frame, and infrastructure. So we'll talk about that. So the quick question is, how do I make more money this week? No. How do I create more value? How do I become more valuable? How do I solve problem? Mr. George, this your ministry is speaking in tongues. How do I solve? How do I find solutions to problem? How do I help you achieve their aspiration? How do people solve issues? How do I help you meet their needs? That is how. This is called value. Value is that you are paying in the marketplace as a solution to problem and help people achieve their aspiration, help you solve their issues, help you meet up their needs. That is how to make money. So that's how to create more value. So write it on your note. How to create more value is to find solutions to problem. What people complain about. How do I create more value? Number one is to find solutions to problem of what people complain about. That's how to put it. How do you create more value? Number one is to find solutions to problem of what people complain about. That's how it works. So that's how to find opportunities in the marketplace. There's opportunity everywhere. How do I create value? Number one, find solutions to problem to what people complain about. Number two, help people achieve their aspiration, what they desire. Okay, examples, their visions, their goals, their strategy. Number two, help people achieve their aspiration of their desires. Example, value, goals, enterprise. Help people achieve the aspiration of their desires or desires of their aspiration. So whatever is people desire something, a good guy, good land, vision, goals, strategy, anything they desire, that is an aspiration. Help people achieve the aspiration of their desires, goals, vision, ideas, concepts, namely. Number three, help people solve the issues that are struggling with. Help people solve the issues that are struggling with. It's causing them pain. Pain creates urgency. Urgency creates demand. Demand creates, of course, buying purchasing power. So whatever that is causing them pain is money. They will going to pay you instantly. You don't need to think about it. So number three, help people solve issues that are struggling with. Anytime people are struggling, there's an issue. When you see struggling, that's an indicator of issue. So why can't you find a way to help them solve it? You will make money. You will make money. Just stop begging. Number four, help people meet the needs that they need to that need to survive. Help meet up the needs of their survival. That is the needs they need to survive. Examples: food, shelter, clothing, basic needs of life. Anything that can help somebody survive. Like all of us here, you need food to survive. You need water to survive. You need shelter to survive. You need clothes to survive. So there is abundance of opportunity. So the real question is, how do I make more money? The real question is not how do I make money. The real question is, how do I create more value? How do I create value? How do I become valuable? How do I attain the table of greatness, circle of influence with value? So I will not just be a liability. So how to care? Giving you 4 expo. That thing causes them pain. Anybody that is passing through pain is either he has a problem, aspiration, issues, or need. It's pain. Whenever you see pain, you see opportunity. It's an opportunity. All pains come with opportunities, not even opportunity, opportunities. Too much, too numerous to mention. All pain come with opportunities. So you can't tell me that you don't have money. You say that money means you decided not to obey the law of the universe. Because according to Hebrew, the things that are seen. Okay, let's make this statement before we talk about the things that are seen and the things that are not seen. Because you have to understand there's something that we see. Money. That I don't understand this. There's something that controls that thing that we don't see. Write it down your note. Money is not face cash. Money is not on the line. Put the not capital letter N-O-T. Not. Money is not face cash, comma coin. Money is not first cash, comma coin, comma digits, comma cards, comma currency, comma transaction. Money is not face cash, comma coin, comma digits, comma cards, comma currency, comma transaction. or anything physical. Money is not. Money is not anything cash, comma coin, comma digit, comma cards, comma currency, comma transaction, or anything physical. Money is not. Because it have spiritual root, comma frame, and infrastructure. Money have spiritual root. I'm going to mention the spiritual root shortly. It has a frame and infrastructure. So the frame of money is value. The real thing that gives money value is framing its value. So I'll talk about the spiritual currency. The spiritual value, the spiritual part of money is, of course, knowledge, wisdom, understanding and wisdom. I'll talk about that shortly. And the infrastructure of money. So they understand that when people come to you and tell you, I don't have money, that means they are not asking the right question. They are either naive or they're ignorant, ignoring knowledge. And that's why the people perish. Hosea 4 verse 6 says, my people perish by lack of knowledge. And the next statement said, because they rejected knowledge, I, the Lord, reject them. So you can imagine them from priests, from serving me. I don't want to see them. So a man that says he don't have money, that means he doesn't understand that money is not cash, it's not coin, it's not digit. Money is value. So and value is solutions achieved, some have achieved. A value is something that you create. So you must create. How do I create value? You must create. Say, I'm a creator. I'm a creator. You have to create. If you don't create value from you, it will not fulfill you. You don't create value from you, you can have achievement but not fulfillment. You don't create value, you can be successful but not significant. For you to be significant in life, you must create. For you to actually fulfill your dreams, your destiny, your purpose, you must create. Say, I'm a creator. I'm a creator. So I say money has spiritual roots, friends, and infrastructure. Are you with me? If you are with me, shall I? You don't need to write this one down, but listen to me. According to the book of Hebrew, the things that are seen are made from the things which are not, which do not appear. So this is the nature of universe. So write it down. The universe have a dual nature. The universe have a dual nature. The world we see have a dual nature. Behind every physical thing, there's a spiritual reality. The universe have a dual nature. Everything you see in this world have a dual nature. Behind every physical thing, there is a spiritual reality. Behind every physical thing. If you see anybody struggling, having abundance, money, wealth, success, people are living in poverty and lack. Behind that circumstances, there's a spiritual reality. Behind every cash, there's a spiritual reality. Behind every circumstances, there's a spiritual reality. Behind anything, the universe have dual nature. Tell not dual nature. Your neighbor did not hear. Tell your neighbor, the universe have dual nature. Tell your neighbor, behind every physical thing, there is a spiritual reality. It's a truth. Things don't just happen. Things don't just happen. See, we live in the world of cause and effect. We live in the world that whatever happens in my life, in your life, there's spiritual reality. Whether you choose to acknowledge it or not, it don't stop it from being the truth. So the spiritual world is the truth, and the physical world is a reflection of the things that happen in the spiritual world. So if you don't like what you see in the mirror, in the marketplace, you have to go and shave your hair, change your clothes, because how to change the thing, the real thing is to change the circumstance.